All right, so the portrait painting concept every beginner should know is stacking shapes. All right, welcome to Paint Coach. If you're new to the channel, my name's Chris Fornatero, and I help thousands of students every single month get better at oil painting through my online courses and tutorials that simplify the painting process. So what do I mean by stacking shapes? Let's take a look at this portrait painting I did of Robert Redford, and you can see it's not comprised of many shapes or, many variations of color and value. I mean, I can kind of pick them out here. We got this color and value. We got this one here. We have a little bit of a color shift right there and right there. I guess the nose is a little bit different. But just in the light side of the face, not much, happening. I feel like there's even less happening in the shadowed side. We kind of have this color and then this kind of color and value there. And even with the shapes, look how simple they are. Look how connected this one light shape is right there. And that's how I painted it. When I went and painted this, I actually did this for a tutorial for Paint Coach Studio. If you want to become a member of Paint Coach Studio, you can try it free for 7 days and check out this tutorial along with hundreds of others. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. But going back here, like this is a very simple shape as well. Then I got one on top of there, this little shape here. So you can see just how simple the shapes are. And to explain this a little better, I always like doing this example is if I just have this shape, what is that? It's a circle. But let's take this circle and let's just add one more value to it. Now all of a sudden it's starting to look, if I can actually get it smooth. So just doing this, just having a light side and a shadowed side is starting to create a sense of form. I can go even further, push it in even lighter value. I can do it one more time, even lighter. I can do it again on the shadowed side. Now, this circle has gone from a circle to a sphere. It's the exact same thing with a portrait. It's just the shapes are different. Let me show you what I mean with the cliff notes for this tutorial. First, I just, drew it out really simply. That's a key there too. You don't want to get too much of a detailed drawing because if you get too much detail, you're going to get too precious with it. It's going to be harder to do this next step, which is to block it out with just light and shadow. See how simple it is? And a thing to be aware of here, you've probably heard me talk about this in my other videos, is that when you block out the light side of the face, you kind of want to do it in the darkest light that you can because you want to be able to stack lighter shapes on top of it. And with oil paint, it's easier to work dark to light. And so you can see in this next stage here, I put in this light shape on top. I also put in this light shape as well. And just doing that is already started to add some form. I do have like a shift and a darker shape to add a little more form to the shadowed side of the face as well. And then moving down to here, added in some more shapes like that one there and that one there. I'm getting more specific. I'm creating more form, have kind of like a transitional value down there to help sculpt that form of the chin. And as I progress from this stage to this stage, something I want to point out is that I'm doing everything I can to keep the shapes as big as possible or, simple and as connected as possible. I always say it's better to have fewer connected shapes than a lot of smaller disconnected shapes. And something I always try and do when I'm painting is I put my brush on the canvas and I try and keep it on there as long as I can. This is going to force me to make more interesting strokes and it's going to make me feel as if I am running my brush along the actual surface of the face. I always say, think about painting in your brushwork as if it was paper mache and you're trying to wrap your stroke around your subject, whatever it is that you're painting, and really feel it. Now, something else you can do if you want a little help with this and kind of shifting your mind to think and your eyes to see this way is in Photoshop, if you just took the photo and you go to the filter tab and then filter gallery, the cutout filter, you can break the subject into these simple value shapes. Another way to do it if you don't have Photoshop is there's an app called Value Study, and it does something similar. I've actually recently just put a tutorial on Paint Coach Studio where I took the original reference and the reference with this filter on it and painted it with these simple shapes, but still using the color from the original. This is just a kind of a way to help students shift the way that they're seeing things. Now, one last thing I want to talk about in terms of this process of stacking shapes is while you're doing this, always be trying to think working big to small. I mean, try and identify the biggest shapes you can and stack smaller on top, and also trying to work dark to light, meaning trying to get your darker shapes in first and build your lights on top. Another thing is working thin to thick. And when I say thin, I don't mean transparent like watercolors and acrylics, but I can definitely tell you that in this stage here, when I blocked out these flat shapes, that the paint is relatively thin, meaning I used a little bit of paint thinner or mineral spirits. I use Gamsol, just a little bit to get it to flow, but I thinned it by just kind of stretching it out over the canvas. Like I really pushed the paint. And at this stage, I'm not really worrying about my brushwork. I'm just kind of worrying about getting flat color to then build off of that. It's not until this stage and moving forward here that I'm thinking more about brushwork. I've noticed a lot of students will get caught up in brushwork in this beginning stage, and this is just kind of the base. It's just to get rid of the blank canvas and have something to start with, to start sculpting. So big to small, dark to light, and thin to thick. All right, and one last thing is I just want to talk a little bit about values, and that's really what's going to create the form here. Don't get so caught up in color and pay attention to values, especially with this exercise. And you could actually do this in black and white if you do put your photo reference in Photoshop or the Value Study app and get this cutout filter and these shapes. It is very helpful to do it in black and white just to help train your mind to see shapes to create form. And you can see like here, you know, just two values, and even this value here, it's not that light. You know, I definitely get lighter here and then even lighter there. Lightest is right there. And I'm just constantly thinking about values in terms of sculpting and creating that form. Kind of again with the example of the sphere, I can do this again with just values. So I just got light and shadow, and then get a little bit lighter, and then the lightest there to create form. All right, now that you know this concept, it's time for you to go and practice it. And if you want to practice it with me, with this tutorial and hundreds of others, check out Paint Coach Studio. You can try it free for 7 days. Link in the description of this video. All right, I'm Chris Fornatero here telling you to go get painting.